Alrighty, it's Tuesday. It's February 13th. Guess what that means tomorrow is? I'll tell you tomorrow. Hebrews chapter 2, 10 to 13. For in bringing many sons and daughters to glory, it was entirely appropriate that God, for whom and through whom all things exist, should make the pioneer of our salvation perfect through sufferings. For the one who sanctifies and those who are sanctified all have one Father. That is why Jesus is not ashamed to call them brothers and sisters, saying, I will proclaim your name to my brothers and sisters. I will sing hymns to you in the congregation. Again, I will trust in him. And again, here I am with the children God gave me. So now we see Jesus speaking to the Father, the Son speaking to the Father. You see, creation was originally given to the dominion of man, to mankind. But in the fall, that dominion was forfeited. See, God, Jesus, incarnated, Jesus became a little lower than the angels, so that he might be exalted as, not simply, he already had the exaltation of deity, but Jesus in becoming man is the God-man, fully God, fully man, ruler of the creation to come. See, in redeeming us, we are brought to glory as co-rulers of God's creation. So it was only Jesus, and we're going to look at this all through the chapter 2, that it was only Jesus who could restore mankind, man's dominion on behalf of God over God's creation. Jesus is thus the King of Kings. Mankind's dominion over creation will be restored. The work of Jesus is the work of God's plan of redemption that restores God's creation to its rightful place. All of creation has to be redeemed. And mankind through Jesus is redeemed and made perfect. Jesus is the firstborn. Jesus is the firstborn of the resurrection. And the perfection mentioned in verse 10 is not a perfection like he was imperfect. That perfection from the original language refers to a completion. That he completed his work. This verse conveys Jesus' finished work, not that Jesus had to be somehow perfected from imperfection, that he was redeemed somehow through suffering. No, Jesus, the Son, was always God's plan of redemption, of completion, of restoration for the creation and mankind. So you see, we see not just the deity of Jesus in the first chapter, but the humanity of Jesus in the second chapter, and that his work is the completion of God's plan of redemption. And we'll see you tomorrow.